I don't think he'll be winning Olympia until I decide to retire. 2017 was honestly a pretty relaxed prep. My body was young and healthy, and everything was just fine. I just like dieted as anyone else would, chicken and rice and egg whites and all that shit. And in 2018 was the year I got sick. So that was a year where I was retaining a lot of water, and we weren't even really sure what I looked like under all that water. So I wasn't really eating anything. My calories were extremely low, and I was like a zombie. And then flash forward to 2019. It was a little bit like that. My body still wasn't responding as well as I would have hoped. I had a surgery right before getting into prep, and my metabolism and my body wasn't quite used to high amounts of food. So by the end of prep, I was down to like probably 1,400 calories and was just like starving myself for 4 to 5 weeks just so I could make weight. And then this year, right now, I'm eating more food than I've ever eaten at 10 weeks out, and my body's dropping weight. I'm getting leaner, and I feel really good. So I feel like it's all due to my good off season I had. I was up to one of my heaviest weights I've ever been to, eating the most food I've ever eaten. My body was using it all super well. So this year, hopefully, that all pays off longer in the prep, and I don't have to suffer quite as hard for the last 5 to 6 weeks.
The difference is in your physique versus Breon. I mean, do you look at him and his strengths and weaknesses and try to adjust what you're doing based upon what you know he's going to bring?
No, not at all. I'm not one to look at other people and play my game around that. I don't think it's a fight on stage. I don't think it's like a NBA Finals game or anything like that. It's not really like what I'm going to do to bring up that. It's just I know what I need to bring to be complete on stage and be the best bodybuilder out there. And I've known that since the last 4 years. I know what my points are. They're slowly getting better. I'm slowly getting away at them. But no matter who I'm going up against, my weak points aren't going to change, and I'm not going to change the approach to what I'm trying to. Hell yeah, I'm definitely having fun with it, and I think it's good for sure for the sport to have rivalries like this. And I mean, Breon should be pissed. He thinks he's a better bodybuilder than me, and he lost. And I said last year in the press conference that the IFBB was waiting for someone to show up with the perfect package of classic physique to send a vision in that direction. And that's what I aim to do in 2019. That's what I continue to aim to do.
I'm going to show them a classic physique that's never been seen before. We're going to start showing you guys exactly what's going to shape the division years to come. Perfect lines, symmetry, conditioning, everything you guys want to see, flow, presence on stage.
And I think he should be pissed off. I'm thinking the division's heading more in my direction, and he's a much different physique than me, and he thinks he's the best in the world. It's going to create a little tension between us, a little kind of rivalry, and just be fun with it. I'm grateful that someone like Breon, like you said, he's still a class act, and he's an absolutely bodybuilder. He's a freak. And he's 10 weeks out now, and he's always shredded. He's always in shape. He's a great ambassador for himself, so it kind of makes it a little more fun that I'm not a dickhead in the process. You know?
But are you going to beat him?
Oh, hell yeah.
Breon's attitude is also 100% he's coming to get his title back. Knowing that he's got that exact same attitude, does that push you harder?
Not really, honestly, because I don't think he can, to be completely honest. My motivation is to get a perfect score on the scorecard this year. I didn't have it last year, and it was close. I understand that, but my goal this year is just to have a 5 on the scorecard and walk away with that. And I know what I have to change, and it's got nothing to do with who's in second, third, fourth, or fifth place.
Logan Franklin, do you consider him to be a pretty good threat this year?
Not this year, no. Not this year. I think he's got some. I'm a fan of his physique. I'm a fan of Logan. Me and him, we chat the odd time. He's definitely got a hot head. He's a true American. He believes in himself, as he should. He's an amazing bodybuilder. He won the New York Pro. That's awesome. But I'm a fan that he also has a similar physique to my own. And the fact that it's being rewarded as shows as prestigious as the New York Pro, that's a good sign for me. That means Chris won the Olympia. This is kind of what we want. And he's a smaller example of what we want. And I think, personally, that he'll be climbing his way up the ranks over the next few years, and I think he'll be battling in the kind of the top 3 spot, but I don't think he'll be winning Olympia until I decide to retire.